This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
With no fees or minimums on checking accounts, it's no wonder that Capital One Bank Guy is so passionate about banking with Capital One. If he were here, he wouldn't just tell you about no fees or minimums. He'd also tell you about how Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. Yep, even on weekends. It's pretty much all he talks about, in a good way. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bankguy. Capital One N.A., member FDIC. Work can be a little weird. Cringy training seminars, coworkers who won't stop talking about their plant, forgetting the mute button at an inopportune moment. We have to deal with a lot on any given workday. Sometimes it can feel hard to thrive and move forward in your career. Well, that's where LinkedIn comes in. LinkedIn helps you get ideas and insights from experts in your field, connect with people professionally, grow your network, and access tools designed to help you find the right fit for your next role. Whether you're just getting started, figuring out your next move, or looking to accelerate your career, LinkedIn is built to support you at every stage, because LinkedIn is the network that works for you. Visit linkedin.com/knowstuff to learn more.
Welcome to Stuff You Should Know, a production of iHeartRadio.
Hey, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Josh Clark. My friend Charles W. Chuck Bryan is here too, and it's just the two of us rolling and having some fun outdoors, making snow angels, and most importantly, making snow people, which means this is Stuff You Should Know, the Snow People edition.
That's right. And I just want to mention, if you feel a presence among us, it's because Emily's in the room with me.
Oh, hi, Emily.
No, she can't hear you. I told her she had to sit there and be quiet. She's, we got a sauna finally because of her Lyme.
Oh, nice.
And
well, not the Lyme part, but the sauna part.
Yeah. Which she's feeling better for now, by the way, which is great news. But if you want to learn about the health benefits of the sauna, go back and listen to our episode on the sauna.
That was a good one.
But she was going to this membership place and driving 40 minutes each way, like 4 times a week. And so we broke down and got one. So she is quietly sitting back there sweating.
Isn't it have you used it yet?
Yeah.
It's so great.
I love it. It's really nice. I do. It's also the solitude and just 30 minutes of quiet time, because you shouldn't take your phone in there and bake it out.
No, but does yours have Bluetooth?
It does.
So I downloaded a couple of bird song albums and nature song albums, and I'll just turn that on and attach it to the Bluetooth and just turn it real low, but it adds a little extra something to a sauna.
Do you know what I do? Is I put on so far music for airports. From Brian Eno, and try to not fall asleep.
I'm going to give that one a try. I'll trade you one of my birdsong albums for that Brian Eno album.
Yeah, we'll meet in the middle and literally exchange records.
There you go. No, we'll just swap phones for a few weeks.
That's right. So anyway, I have a hot, sweaty wife behind me.
Okay, gotcha. So speaking of hot and sweaty, we're obviously talking about snow people today. Snowmen.
What you don't want to do is put a snow person in a sauna.
No, you don't. But that is a recurring theme of the legends and tales of snow people, Chuck, which we'll get to later.
They all melt.
They do. They're ephemeral. They're fleeting. And there's this guy who wrote a book. He's a humorist and a cartoonist. His name's Bob Eckstein. And he wrote the book on snowmen and snow people. It's called The History of the Snowman. And he did the round. So there's a lot of snow research or snowman research brings up his stuff. It's kind of impossible to avoid, but one of the reasons why it's impossible to avoid is because he actually did some really good scholarship on snow people. And one of the things that he asserts, it's probably true, is our early ancestors had an aptitude for art. A snowman or a snow person is a pretty basic shape. And when you put those two together, there's a really good chance that humans have been making snowmen, snow people, snow whatever for tens of thousands of years, if not longer, most likely.
That's right. And I think, you didn't mention the Book of Hours just then, did you?
No, not yet.
Yeah, that's from 1380. And that is the first known depiction of in a manuscript of a snowman. That's a long time ago. And that was in the, oh boy, do you want to help me out with this?
Yes.
It's Dutch.
It's Koninklijke. No. No,
Yeah?
the Koninklijke Bibliothek.
It still cracks me up after all these years. People say, I'm happy to help you out with pronunciation.
And we say, no, never.
No, it's a part of the show.
It's Koninklijke.
Yeah. Okay.
I looked it up.
Oh, very nice. So why is that J even in there?
I don't know. Because the Dutch love their J's in rando places.
But what we're saying is the Koning, whatever you said, Bibliotheek in The Hague, Netherlands is where that comes from.
Mm-hmm.
And, there was, it's a snowman who was, I guess you would have to say it's anti-Semitic, right? It's the traditional stacked ball snow person, and it has on a yarmulke. Is that how you say that?
It's not a yarmulke. It's something else. It's like a red cap with like a little ball on top. Yeah, but apparently it was a very Jewish cap to wear at the time.
Okay, but he's sitting there, back turned to the fire, and then aside the snowman is text pronouncing the crucifixion of Jesus. So apparently what people think is that this was, Europe during the plague, and they needed to take their frustrations out on something, so it fell to this little Jewish snowman.
Yeah, and the Book of Hours was a really popular Christian devotional too, and it I guess in every copy of this it was illuminated, so in every copy that would have been the drawing next to that part about Jesus's crucifixion. So not the greatest start as far as like the history of snow people or snowmen, but it gets a little better from here on out, if you ask me.
Yeah, there was one built, Michelangelo was commissioned in 1494 by Piero the Unfortunate of Florence.
I love that name. That's going to be my new hotel check-in.
Josh the Unfortunate.
No, Piero the Unfortunate.
Oh, I like Josh the Unfortunate. No?
It's a little too on the nose.
Okay.
It hits too close to home.
Oh, no. You're the fortunate. Michelangelo was commissioned to build this giant snowman in the Medici courtyard. I guess he put on his monkey suit and danced and did what he was told.
Yeah. But the thing is, there's two things here. One, nobody bothered to draw or document what it looked like. We just know that Michelangelo built a snowman once, which is pretty cool. But it also shows like this during the era, the Renaissance, the medieval era before it, the artists actually like kind of used snow as a medium sometimes during the winter. Michelangelo wasn't the only one.
That's right. And that is on evidence actually in another big moment in 1511 when a town in Brussels got together. And this was during what was called the Winter of Death. So everyone was pretty down and despondent or dead and dying.
Right.
And so they just had kind of like a snowman festival. And it was called the Miracle of 1511. And there were real deal artists in town that probably did some pretty great things, along with cynical townspeople who did people going poo-poo, a snowboy peeing on a passed out drunk, all made of snow, by the way.
Right.
Body parts, anatomically correct body parts.
Yeah, a lot of people having sex, but made of snow.
Yeah, so they got involved, but so did the artists of the town.
Yeah, like the whole town did. It was called the Miracle of 1511 because the town poet Jan Smekken wrote a poem called The Miracle of Pure Ice and Snow. So that's how it got its name. And for a while, historians thought like maybe Jan Smekken had just made it up, but they've supported that with journals from some people that lived in the town during the time that said, this was awesome. We totally made a snow couple doing it, and everybody went bonkers for it.
Here in the U.S., there's kind of a weird story. Well, not weird. It's sad and just odd that it's tied to snowmen, I guess. One of the bloodiest events in our history early on was the massacre of 1690. 60 people ended up dying, including 10 women and 12 children. The deal here is some Frenchmen and Native Americans launched an attack on Fort Schenectady, and they were about ready to give up. They had been traveling for about a week through the snow, through the Mohawk Valley. They were, obviously, going through the snow on a long trek like that. They were exhausted and ill, and it was really strenuous, and they were about to surrender. But when they got to the village, they saw that they had a really easy entrance and that the gate was frozen open. And as legend has it, the two guards went to go have some drinks and put snowmen as guards in their stead.
Yeah, and that's the first documented snowman built in America back in 1690, which is a terrible debut as far as snowmen go in North America.
Yes.
Also, Chuck, just as a little aside, that really ties into our Salem witchcraft trial episode, because that's exactly the kind of thing that put the Salem villagers on edge and they think led in part to the witch panic. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
So one other thing about the snowmen, and you're going to love this, but Bob Eckstein compares the snowman to kind of a type of Forrest Gump. Like, he just pops up at all of these like really important moments in history. Like, he just happens to be there as well.
With bad CG.
And one of the, was it bad?
I mean, it was early, so yeah, it was bad.
I thought it was good still. I haven't seen it in a while. But one of the early photographs that was ever taken, is certainly not the first or even necessarily one of the first, but one of the earliest ones was taken by a woman named Mary Dillwyn, who was Welsh. And she took a picture of her parents making a snowman out in their yard, which is pretty precious photograph, even though you can't really make out what's going on in it very well.
Yeah, she was actually pretty interesting. She made Nita short stuff. She just got into photography starting in 1845 and took all kinds of cool pictures. And this was one of them. About 8 years in, it's kind of nice. Her dad's shoveling snow, and I just love seeing those old pictures. It's really cool.
It's like a sepia fest.
Total sepia fest.
I also saw that the album that she put together of photographs recently sold for $100,000.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she should get a short stuff.
Let's do it. So here's the thing. Up to this point, Chuck, snowmen, snow people have been basically like the provenance of artists. They've been used for political satire, for lowbrow copulation humor. They've just kind of existed as almost like a simulacrum to real humans doing real human things, right? But around the time when Christmas became like a thing in the United States and in the UK during the Victorian era, that's when the snowman finally took the shape of the snowman as we recognize them today. Like, they were the part of winter. They were happy, jolly. They didn't have any guile. They just wanted to just be free. They almost like they had a sense that their lives were very short and limited, and they were just trying to spread joy and happiness. The idea of a snowman or snow person we have today is based in that Victorian age.
That's right. And maybe we should take a break there.
Okay.
We'll come back and talk about Christmas snow people right after this.
The springtime thaw is finally here. Flowers are blooming, days are longer. We're saying yes to more plans and finally getting outside, running, walking, just moving again. It's the perfect time to upgrade your everyday go-tos with Bombas. Take Bombas sport socks. They're super comfortable and designed with sport-specific tech for running, cycling, yoga, hiking, you name it. I use them to run in, and I can tell you they work beautifully. So head over to bombas.com and use code SYSK for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com, code SYSK at checkout.
Work can be a little weird. One minute you're in a meeting that could have been an email. The next you're trying to decode corporate jargon that somehow means nothing. And don't even get us started on the quick sync that turns into a 45-minute deep dive.
Yeah, well, the truth is figuring out your career isn't always straightforward. Whether you're trying to grow, pivot, or just stay relevant, it can feel like you're navigating it all on your own. Well, that's where LinkedIn comes in.
That's right. LinkedIn can help you grow your career, helping you confidently navigate your path with insights, ideas, and inspiration from your professional community. You can stay up to date with the latest trends in your field, connect with people who get it, and discover opportunities tailored to your goals, your experience, and what actually matters to you.
Whether you're looking for something new or just trying to grow where you are, LinkedIn gives you the tools and connections to move forward with confidence. Because LinkedIn is the network that works for you. Visit linkedin.com/knowstuff to learn more. Hey everybody, we're here to talk to you about Wayfair, who believes that spaces should be functional, they should be comfortable, they should be well-designed, and they can be well-designed by you with their help.
Your updated space should feel more comfortable, inviting, and practical for everyday use. And we're talking about outdoor seating. We're talking about grills. We're talking about major appliances. If you need storage solutions, Wayfair can help you out. Patio lighting, rugs, decor. It is your one-stop shop for home.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting nice out, so it's time to think about living outdoors for the next few months. And Wayfair knows that outdoor furniture, it's heavy, it's intimidating to assemble. So Wayfair has stepped in and said, we're going to handle the hard part so you don't have to.
That's right. You can shop Wayfair Verified, your shortcut to the good stuff. And that means their team of product specialists are going to vet everything by hand using a 10-point inspection, testing things like, quality materials, functionality, and features, and even how long it takes to build that piece of furniture. And the overall experience save time, reduce hassle, and improved convenience.
Patio season is here, and these deals won't last. So head to wayfair.com right now to get your outdoor space ready for way less. That's WAYFAIR.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Hey everyone, if you've ever wanted to feel what it's like inside an episode of a show you love, hang with podcast hosts Beyond the Mic, or swap screens for sunsets with curious, like-minded people, then Stuff at Sea is your kind of voyage.
That's right. Stuff at Sea is a 5-night, culture-soaked escape where pink sand paradise meets curious minds. Sailing round trip on October 2nd to 7th, 2026 from New York City to Bermuda, this voyage drops you straight into the iHeart Podcast Stuff universe.
On top of the adults-only experience you already love, you'll get live podcast episode recordings, behind-the-scenes sessions, themed activations, and more unmissable on-board moments.
Yeah, and there's overnight stays in Bermuda, so there's no rush. Just long, sun-drenched days to explore or do absolutely nothing at all. And back on board, curiosity sparks connection through conversations, experiences, and a lineup designed to keep things as thought-provoking as they are unforgettable.
Stuff at Sea is part of the new specialty sailing collection that transforms beloved podcasts into immersive at-sea experiences exclusively with Virgin Voyages. Expect more stories, more hosts, and more ways to experience the voices that you love.
Book now at virginvoyages.com/stuff.
All right, so snowmen are popping up all over the place. And sometimes in some countries, and we've done plenty of weird Christmas, like legends and Christmas, like different weird cultural things around the world.
Yeah, and we will do
over
plenty
the years.
more.
Yes, and there's plenty more to come, everybody. Hopefully. I have fear one day we're going to run out of Christmas stuff.
Never.
for those
We'll just start
episodes.
making it up and add to the Christmas legend,
Oh,
okay?
all right, well, that's a good idea.
That's some 2028 stuff right there.
One of these legends is the Snegoraka.
I'm trying this. Snegorochka.
Oh, you're going to go with the ch.
Yeah, well, she's Russian.
Snegorochka, which was a snow maiden in Russian lore, and these stories, and this is where the melting starts. There was as the story goes, that she was a snow girl. Mm-hmm. She's built by an elderly couple who didn't have kids of their own, were not able to. Mm-hmm. And so she comes to life, just like a Disney movie, mm-hmm. and becomes their daughter, essentially. And they're playing and they're having fun. And one of the things that they decide to do in true Russian folk legend fashion was, hey, let's decide to play a game where we jump over a fire mm-hmm. with our little snow daughter. And of course, you know what happens. She ends up melted and gone.
And in the original stories, that was that. The couple lost her forever. They knew joy for a brief time, and then they lost her and maybe were worse off than they had ever been before. And by the way, we're probably all going to starve this winter.
Yes.
The end, right? Luckily, the Russians, like the rest of the world, said, you know what? We've been a little grim for a while. Let's kind of like pep things up as we start to enter the 20th century. And the Snegorochka kind of was revived, I guess, and was associated with dead Moros, who's known as Grandpa Frost. And that is what Santa Claus calls himself when he goes to Russia. And he goes to Russia and he gives out presents around New Year's because he's so busy giving out presents in other parts of the world around Christmas time that in Russia, it's traditional that he gives them out around New Year's. And Snegorochka became Ded Moroz's granddaughter, and she helps him give out presents around New Year.
That's right. We also have a great cartoon from Nazi Germany, which we'll get into in a second, but it's called Der Schneemann, the Snowman, and it was a 10-minute short, still is a 10-minute short, unless they added on to it. I didn't know about it.
Have you seen it yet?
I watched a little bit of it, but I couldn't make it through the whole thing.
It is so cute.
I didn't care for it.
Oh, you didn't?
Nah.
Oh, well, yeah, I could see not watching it then. If it doesn't click with you, I could see being really turned off by it.
But it's about a snowman, and again, this says there's another melting coming, but a snowman who obviously is doing snowman things, playing outside, having a good time, and then eventually goes inside of a house nearby and sees a calendar of July and these pictures of summertime and thinks, hey, this is pretty great.
I want to get in on that.
Yeah, I would love to see summer. And so let me put myself in the icebox and just wait until the right moment. And then finally, July comes around, Snowman gets out, plays around, ultimately melts, but has a good time and experiences summer and dies with a smile on his little face as it melts away.
Yeah, he's singing as he melts to nothingness. Like he's definitely fulfilled like his dream. It was pretty great. And so for a long time, people who had seen Der Schneemann in the U.S. and outside of Europe had no idea it was a Nazi film, but it was directly commissioned by Joseph Goebbels because during the war, and I think Der Schneemann was made in 1943, Nazi Germany was like cut off from the West. Like you couldn't get anything, including Disney cartoons, but they had already developed a taste for Disney cartoons. So he went to Hans Fischerkusen. I think I nailed his name. Which sounds like somebody that Rose Nyland would have dated on Golden Girls back in the day. But Hans Fischerkusen became known as Germany's Walt Disney, right?
That's right. I feel like his name should have an umlaut, did it not?
I saw it K-O-E, and I took the O-E as a stretched out or deconstructed umlaut. That's why I said it like that.
So you're just making up rules for the German language, basically?
Yeah. Okay. They listen to me now.
Gotcha. Yeah, he was like the Walt Disney, and he did not put any propaganda in this film, even though some people say, you know what, the snowman waiting for July like that is subtext. It's basically the Germans longing to be free from the Nazi party, but his son says, no to that. My dad was apolitical and did not make his films with a political bent.
But at the very least, it does not, and clearly does not have any Nazi propaganda. And you could watch it over and over again. There's nothing that seems like, pro-Nazi or anything. It's just like this guy made a cartoon with utterly outside of the context of the Nazi party ruling Germany and being in World War II at the time. It's really interesting. Right. It's definitely worth seeing. It's on all over YouTube, so I wonder how many people will take it like they didn't like it like you, or how many people will be like, that was pretty good.
Maybe you should do a poll.
Let's do one of those Twitter polls or something.
All right.
Okay, so then, Chuck, everybody knows about Der Schneemann, and if they didn't, they do now. But everybody really knows, here in the States at least, about Frosty the Snowman. Have you heard of Frosty?
Of course. I love that cartoon, that original cartoon, which we're going to talk about. I love that. I love traditional Christmas music, so I love that song.
So it wasn't originally a Christmas song. Did you know that?
Well, here's my deal, is I associate winter songs as Christmas songs. I'm not as picky as saying, like, they didn't say the word Christmas, so it's not a
right?
Christmas song.
You didn't say the magic word. It could be played around spring break if you wanted to.
Yeah, there are plenty of wintertime songs that I associate as Christmas.
Yeah, I guess you would never hear the original Frosty or Winter Wonderland or Jingle Bells. Those are usually the three cited as non-Christmas Christmas songs. You would never hear them after Christmas. Like, you don't play those on January 1st or 2nd. So I guess they are Christmas songs for sure. But the point is that they don't mention Christmas, which is why people say that. Frosty does finally mention Christmas after Rankin Bass got a hold of him and turned the song into the 1969 made-for-TV movie, though.
That's right. And this song was a pretty big hit, by the way. There were these songwriters, Steve Nelson and Jack Rollins, that realized you could make a lot of dough pretty fast by cranking out, holiday themed songs. They wrote Here Comes Peter Cottontail for Easter. Mm-hmm. They wrote this Frosty song for Gene Autry after they saw that he had a big smash with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Mm-hmm. And, these are no-brainers. I bet they knocked these things out in no time at all and got some pretty good cash for it.
Yeah, it made it to like number 7 on the charts, which is not bad at all. And I think between Rudolph and Frosty, they kicked off like the idea of Christmas songs in general. So there was this big debate over where the song took place, but apparently it's been settled now that Frosty the Snowman, the song, takes place in the town of Armonk, New York, if anybody ever asks you.
Yeah, big debate, meaning 18 people in Armonk, New York.
Well, no, White Plains supposedly laid claim to it, even tentatively, but Armonk's like, we're not playing that. I think one of the writers lived in Armonk for a while, and they're like, it's Armonk for sure.
So that became obviously the cartoon that you were speaking of, which was, that still plays today. One of the Rankin Bass cartoons.
So good.
Classic. It's great. There were sequels. There was Frosty's Winter Wonderland in 1976. Not quite as good, but not bad. They were married, Frosty and his wife, Crystal, were married by Parson Brown from the Winter Wonderland song.
Quite a cameo.
And this then led to the stop motion Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. Things are kind of jumping the shark at this point, I think, in 1979. And then Frosty Returns in 1992. And then, not to be outdone, they made another one in 2005, Legend of Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah, I think Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July was still very cute and sweet. But the Frosty Returns is definitely, it jumped the shark. It's terrible.
It was the early 90s.
It was bad. So that's the U.S.'s claim to snowmen. That's the one that we all watch around Christmas time, the holidays. But the UK has their own. They said, no, we're not going to follow your trend. We're going to start our own. And back in 1978, a guy named Raymond Briggs wrote a book. And you can't really say wrote a book because it's a wordless picture book. So I guess he drew or illustrated a book called The Snowman. And it is a very, very sweet book. And it was made into possibly an even sweeter TV adaptation that they show around the holidays every year over there.
It is about a boy and a snowman. Mm-hmm. And of course, the snowman comes to life. And you know what's coming, everybody.
Fun.
That's right, fun. They become buddies. They explore all around the house. They play dress up. They ride a motorcycle. They take a flight out to sea into the North Pole to meet Santa. But he melts like all other snow person stories ever.
Yeah, it's I watched it the other day, and man, it'll get you right in the breadbasket. It is really sweet. And apparently, originally, when they did when they aired the TV movie starting in 1982, it was on Channel 4, which had just begun broadcasting like the month before. And so they had a hit on their hands right out of the gate. But originally, there was like a live action intro by Raymond Briggs, who's like, I built a snowman when I was a kid and it inspired me to make this, so please enjoy. And the Brits were like, we need to get this over to America. They're going to go nuts for this. But apparently somebody at some lunch at like Spago or something like that said, no. No one knows who Raymond Briggs is. You're going to have to come up with somebody else to do the intro. And they said, who could do it, Chuck? Who could possibly take over from Raymond Briggs that the Americans would recognize?
That would be none other than David Bowie, who weirdly has because that and the Bing Crosby thing has an oddly large Christmas presence.
I thought of that too. Well, apparently he did this for his son, Moon director. I can't remember his name right now.
What is his name?
I want to say Doug or Douglas, but it's not. But it's
Moon Unit Bowie?
Something like that. Yes, but he directed Moon, and he's wonderful. Duncan...
Is that it?
Yes. I can't remember.
He had a different last name, though, right?
Right. It's not Bowie.
Yeah.
Regardless, he said he did it for his son. So I wonder if he did the thing with Bing Crosby for his son as well.
I bet you he did.
Which, by the way, man, did you know John Lennon was famously like a terrible dad?
John Lennon was famously a terrible person.
Well, I ran across something, I think on Quora, where somebody broke down like just what he was, some of the terrible stuff he was doing as far as his son Julian alone was concerned. It was like, wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, he was a complicated guy and had a really rough childhood and was a bit of a jerk in general. It's just one of those things, Well, not a good guy.
So back to Bowie. I don't want to lose the magic of this, Chuck, because
Bowie did the intro.
Raymond Briggs was replaced with David Bowie, and this is like the 1982 Let's Dance or 83 Let's Dance era, right? So he's got his platinum spiky blonde hair, and he does the intro basically saying like, I was this boy, and look, I even have the scarf that the snowman gave me as proof. And then
Hold on a second. Did you just say he had spiky hair?
I mean, it
During
was
the Let's Dance era.
It was high. It was high hair, it was spiky-ish.
No. That was Ziggy Stardust era when he had the spiky hair.
No, I don't mean that. No,
he had the big pompadour in Let's Dance.
It was a pompadour, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I guess it wasn't spiky. Okay, thank you for that. So he had the big Let's Dance pompadour, but it was platinum. We're agreed on that, correct?
Yeah, I was trying to cut off the David Bowie pedants who would email us. Stop that dead in its tracks.
Few people know this, but David Bowie religiously listens to Stuff You Should Know every week.
Oh, did he?
Oh, that's right.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah. I was even listening to Black Star the other day.
Good album.
It's great. So that's the UK's version of their own Snowman. It's just simply called The Snowman. And if you haven't seen it, go watch it because it is very touching, with or without David Bowie.
That's right. We have a few more touch points for the United States culturally. Calvin and Hobbes, never read Calvin and Hobbes, but apparently Calvin was the boy, or was Calvin the tiger?
You're going to get us some mail for that one, buddy. Yes, Calvin was the boy.
All right. If you don't know something, you don't know it.
No, it's true. But the people who are into Calvin and Hobbes are like really into Calvin and Hobbes, and they're going to be
like,
mad
how
at
can
us.
you not read Calvin and Hobbes?
Exactly. Those are the kind of emails we're going to get.
Well, Calvin, I guess, built great snowmen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good ones, real dark ones, where like they would be run over by a train or something like that. Just good ones. People have posted like collections of all of the ones that were printed over the years. They're definitely worth checking out.
There's, of course, Olaf from Frozen, which I'm dying to know if you're the one or if you got this from somewhere else who said he is widely considered the best character in the movie.
I got it from somewhere else.
Really?
Yeah, who's the best?
Who said that?
Who's the best? I don't remember one of our sources.
Interesting.
Who's the best character in the movie?
Well, I mean, I think if you ask any young girl who saw Frozen, they would say Anna or Elsa, the two lead characters.
Maybe this was from the parents' point of view?
I don't know. He's I take it you haven't seen Frozen or Frozen 2?
No, I have not seen either one.
It's he's like the character that you have in every Disney movie. He is the comic relief.
The donkey?
Sort of the goon. He's the donkey. Yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Olaf's fine.
Yeah. I think people like Josh Gad as well.
Yeah. But I just I thought it was funny. I don't know if anyone would consider him the best character in the movie.
Well, I would, and I've never seen it. So
that was very funny.
That we also have to shout out, Chuck, the movie Jack Frost from, I think, 1998. Yeah. It was starring Michael Keaton as Jack Frost Snowman, who is a reincarnated him.
Yeah, I think you could just do yourself a favor and watch, if you have 2 minutes, go watch the Jack Frost trailer online. Mm-hmm. It's got every bad, dumb joke you could think of on a snowman, from like his arms falling off. There's one scene where they throw snowballs at him and they land on him as breasts. And he goes, "Oh, not for me," or something like that, and rubs those off. He gets shaved down to go through a skinny crevasse as he's sledding. Uh-huh. Goes, "Boy, I've really gotten thin here," or something like that. Mm-hmm. It's good the worst thing ever. But at the very end of this trailer, it says, "Jack Frost coming to theaters, blah, 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 featuring music from Hanson."
Oh, wow.
That's a real 98 selling point.
Yeah. Hanson famously lobbied, launched a lawsuit to have themselves taken off of that movie, but to no avail.
It wouldn't surprise me because it was really bad, and Roger Ebert hated this movie, and has a part in his book. I hated this movie.
Yeah, he said Jack Frost could have been co-directed by Orson Welles and Steven Spielberg and still be unwatchable because of that damn snowman. The snowman gave me the creeps. Never have I disliked a movie character more.
It looks really bad.
And Roger Ebert has seen a lot of movie characters, and he's saying like Jack Frost is the worst of them all for me.
Yeah. He might be right.
You want to take another break and then come back and wrap up some snowman stuff?
Let's do it.
Okay. We'll be right back, everybody.
Work can be a little weird. One minute you're in a meeting that could have been an email. The next you're trying to decode corporate jargon that somehow means nothing. And don't even get us started on the quick sync that turns into a 45-minute deep dive.
Yeah, well, the truth is figuring out your career isn't always straightforward. Whether you're trying to grow, pivot, or just stay relevant, it can feel like you're navigating it all on your own. Well, that's where LinkedIn comes in.
That's right. LinkedIn can help you grow your career, helping you confidently navigate your path with insights, ideas, and inspiration from your professional community. You can stay up to date with the latest trends in your field, connect with people who get it, and discover opportunities tailored to your goals, your experience, and what actually matters to you.
Whether you're looking for something new or just trying to grow where you are, LinkedIn gives you the tools and connections to move forward with confidence. Because LinkedIn is the network that works for you. Visit linkedin.com/knowstuff to learn more.
Hey everyone, if you've ever wanted to feel what it's like inside an episode of a show you love, hang with podcast hosts beyond the mic, or swap screens for sunsets with curious, like-minded people, then Stuff at Sea is your kind of voyage.
That's right. Stuff at Sea is a 5-night, culture-soaked escape where pink sand paradise meets curious minds. Sailing round trip on October 2nd to 7th, 2026 from New York City to Bermuda, this voyage drops you straight into the iHeart Podcast Stuff universe.
On top of the adults-only experience you already love, you'll get live podcast episode recordings, behind-the-scenes sessions, themed activations, and more unmissable onboard moments.
Yeah, and there's overnight stays in Bermuda, so there's no rush. Just long, sun-drenched days to explore or do absolutely nothing at all. And back on board, curiosity sparks connection through conversations, experiences, and a lineup designed to keep things as thought-provoking as they are unforgettable.
Stuff at Sea is part of the new specialty sailing collection that transforms beloved podcasts into immersive at-sea experiences exclusively with Virgin Voyages. Expect more stories, more hosts, and more ways to experience the voices that you love.
Book now at virginvoyages.com/stuff.
Running a business is hard enough, so why make it harder with a dozen different apps that don't talk to each other? One for sales, another for inventory, a separate one for accounting. Before you know it, you are drowning in software instead of growing your business.
And this is where Odoo comes in. Odoo is the only business software you'll ever need. It's an all-in-one, fully integrated platform that handles everything: CRM, accounting, inventory, e-commerce, HR, and more. No more app overload, no more juggling logins, just one seamless system that makes work easier.
And the best part, Odoo replaces multiple expensive platforms for a fraction of the cost. It's built to grow with your business, whether you're just starting out or already scaling up. Plus, it's easy to use, customizable, and designed to streamline every process. So you can focus on what really matters, which is running your business. Thousands of businesses have made the switch. So why not you?
Try Odoo for free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Hey everybody, I want to talk to you a little bit about Tide Evo because it represents over 10 years of innovation and product development. Tide Evo is a first-of-its-kind technology where tens of thousands of minuscule fibers are spun together to form a 6 times powerful layer packed with scrubbers, brighteners, pre-treaters, and fresheners. And that's going to deliver a breakthrough clean that's so powerful, it feels like magic.
Yeah, it is kind of like magic. Tide Evo is revolutionary. A 100% concentrated, waterless laundry tile that's made of compressed microfiber soap layers rather than liquid or powder. And it's not like pods or sheets because it uses 6 layers of detergent fibers to deliver superior cold water cleaning without plastic packaging of any kind. And it provides a mess-free, lightweight solution that dissolves lickety-split. So whenever you run into a laundry challenge, turn to Tide Evo. It's revolutionary. It's magic. Try new Tide Evo. Real laundry magic.
Okay, Chuck, so one of the things about snowmen, snow people, snow citizens are that they are like inextricably associated with winter, right?
Yes.
So some people around the world have hit upon the fact that you can use a snowman as a stand-in, an effigy for winter. And that if you can get rid of a snowman in some spectacular fashion, you may also be able to symbolically banish winter in favor of being replaced by spring. And the people of Zurich, Switzerland have done just that. They have a festival called Sechserlauten, which sounds hotter than it actually is. Sechserlauten translates to the ringing of the 6 o'clock bells.
That's right. And this is actually a spring festival. And it's a little bit akin to our Groundhog Day celebration in that it signifies the end of winter. We're ready to move on. And so we're going to blow up a snowman to do so. And they load this thing up with literally 140 sticks of dynamite in its head. Mm-hmm. It's built out of cotton and straw. And it is lit like a wicker man, basically, on a big pyre. Okay. And then in the time that it takes those flames to reach the dynamite and blow up is how much longer it's going to be till summer. So that's sort of the tie into Groundhog Day.
Yeah. I think the faster it burns, the warmer the summer's going to be. And they're like, yay, the spring's here now. And Gaylord, Michigan has an Alpenfest, and they adopted this as well, but they have a slight modification where rather than banishing winter, the townspeople write down like their problems or worries or concerns on a piece of paper, and all those get stuffed in the snowman. So when the snowman burns, their problems burn away as well, which I think is
sweet. Right.
It's no 140 sticks of dynamite, but they came upon something that's good too.
Should we go over some world records?
How could you not? How could you talk about snowmen and snow people without talking about world records? Like, this would be an incomplete episode, you know?
Let me see. Here's one that was pretty good. In 1999 in Bethel, Maine, they made Angus king of the mountain after Senator Angus King. Mm-hmm. And this bad boy was 113 feet tall and had real deal trees for arms and car tires for buttons. Mm-hmm. That was big until 2008 when they did Olympia after Olympia Snow, another senator. They love their senators in Maine.
Yeah, they really do.
And this thing was 13 million pounds and 122 feet. And if you look at pictures of this, it's pretty impressive. Like, they said 60 people built it. I was surprised it wasn't more than a couple of hundred.
Yeah, because it was apparently just about 30 feet shorter than the Statue of Liberty, the actual statue itself without the base, this is a really huge snowman, or snowwoman, I should say, in this case. And so they held, and may still hold the record. That was when? 2008?
I think so.
They might. Apparently, prior to that, Dartmouth College, they have a winter carnival that National Geographic once called the Mardi Gras of Winter or the North or something like that. And they used to hold the record. I think they held it as recently as 1987. So it's possible that Bethel, Maine still holds the record for tallest snowman.
That's wonderful. Go Mainers.
And then for the most snowmen ever built, you would just have to get in your Wayback Machine and travel to Sapporo, Japan in 2003, where you would find 12,379 snowmen. But you'd also say, wait a minute, they're cheating because they're only doing 2 balls rather than the traditional 3-balled snowman. And people would say, nope, that's how the Japanese build snowmen. Did you know that?
That's right. Little two-balled snowman. I like the two-ball variety.
It's very cute.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's called the Yuki Daruma. Yuki means snow, and Daruma is a little round Japanese doll that's based on the, what's his name? Bodhidharma, the guy who is who's thought to have brought Zen Buddhism from India to China and just kind of kicked off the whole thing. So that's why the Japanese make their doll or their snowmen two-ball snowmen.
That's right. But here in the United States, we do 3 balls.
Right. And the bigger, the better. And name
That's
them after
right.
your senator or else you're a commie.
So if you want to build a snow person, you want to the snow's got to be just right. Or not just right. There's a range, but some snow doesn't work as well as other snow. You want good packing snow. So you want temperatures that are closer to melting point, and the snowflakes being a little wetter helps out a lot.
Yeah, so you take that packing snow, Chuck, and you start with the snowball, and you roll it along the snow. You don't want to go too deep or else you're going to get a lot of crud like leaves and pine straw in there, and that is just unsightly as far as a snow person is concerned. And there's this guy named Keith Martin that Martha Stewart Living interviewed. He's an ice sculptor. He said, big tip here, when you're halfway through, cut to the left or cut to the right, because then your ball is going to keep a rounder shape rather than turning into like a giant snow cigar or something like that.
Yeah, that's the hardest part, I think, is if you really want it super round and you don't want it to look like a cylinder, like some small rugs stacked on each other.
Right.
Like carpet runners, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
That's what mine always ended up looking like because I didn't follow that tip. You got to alternate directions.
So that's a big one. And then also Martha Stewart says that you need to decorate and dress your snowman or snow person. And that, quote, a pine cone still attached to its branch makes a distinguished pipe, which is a great tip.
You know, Jerry's met Martha Stewart.
I didn't know that.
That's right. Jerry, I think last year, I think we did something with her with a company, and Jerry actually got to go up there to her house.
Oh, I remember that.
Remember that?
Yeah. And she like stole a vase or something and there was a big scandal associated with it.
Don't out her.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's cool. She said it was just as amazing in real life as you would expect from what I remember.
Yeah, she was like, it was very cluttered.
Right.
He's kind of messy.
So one last thing. We got to end on this, okay? There's a kid site called Kidaddle, Kidadl.
Are you going to do these?
Yes, we are going to do these because they are wonderful.
Oh, I'm not.
So there's the site Kidaddle says, don't just finish your snowman or snowwoman, snow kid, snow baby, even if you want to impress Chuck, by just, giving it a distinguished pipe. You got to name your snow creation as well. And don't just name him or her Frosty or Crystal, right? And they came up with a big list of suggested names, and Chuck's going to join me here in trading off these names.
I'm not going to read any of these because I know if you build a snow person with your child, the only thing you can do is let your child name that snow person.
Sure, but if your kid's like, I can't think of anything, here are some suggestions, like mistletoe jolly leaves. It's a good one. What else, Chuck?
I don't know. My kid would name it Fart Poop, the snowman.
Or what about peppermint cuddle pudding? That might be my favorite.
All right.
Sugar Von Carroll's.
Okay.
Teddy McCole. And then the last one is Twinkle Prance-a-Lot. That's a great name for a snow person.
That's right. So I think the moral here is if you have trouble naming your snow person, get online and get some suggestions from a search engine.
From Kidaddle.
That's right. Are they sponsoring us or something?
No, but they just came up with some adorable names, and I thought they deserved to be shouted out for that. So they are shouted out. And we should also shout out all of the other sources. There were a ton of them, but they include Smithsonian, Atlas Obscura, the Farmer's Almanac, The Garden, fairytales.biz, because there's big money in fairy tales online, the Library of Congress, Songfacts, and Martha Stewart Living, and more. So thanks to all of those sources, too. And thanks to everybody, Chuck, who joined us for this great holiday-themed episode on Snow People, huh?
That's right. Not our Christmas episode.
Nope.
There will be one of those. Don't worry.
That's right. And so since Chuck said don't worry, everybody, that means it's time for listener mail.
So we're going to shout out our friends at Coed here at the end of the year.
Yeah.
If you don't know, co-ed, the Cooperative for Education, they work to stop the cycle of poverty through education in Guatemala. We went down to Guatemala years ago with them. They do great work, and we've been working with them ever since. And they're in the home stretch of reaching their target milestone of their 1,000 Girls Initiative. And the last batch of students identified to start the school year in early 2022. They have the last ones, and they just need a few dozen more sponsors to get past that finish line of 1,000 girls sponsored to continue past the 6th grade in Guatemala. That's where they are. That's what they're trying to do.
Yep. So it's $80 a month to change a kid's life, as they put it. You can fully sponsor a student, or you could do half of that, $40 a month, to pay for half of a student's education. And if 2 Stuff You Should Know listeners each chip in half, that will be 1. And like you said, they're just a couple dozen short of their goal. And I think Stuff You Should Know listeners can definitely get co-ed there, don't you?
I definitely think so, because we have some statistics from how Stuff You Should Know Army members have helped out co-ed over the years. 446 supporters have collectively raised more than $731,500.
Very nice.
Amazing. 29 of you have actually gone down to take that tour in Guatemala, which we highly recommend. And 122 RISE students have been or are currently sponsored by members of the Stuff You Should Know Army, which is amazing. What great work everyone is doing with co-ed, and the benevolence of the Stuff You Should Know Army always means so much to us.
Yep. And I think we can double, triple, quadruple that, just hopefully with this call out, because I think the more people who know about co-ed and learn about co-ed, the more people who are going to want to help out. So you can go find out a lot more about co-ed by just going to coeduc.org, coeduc.org. Check it out, and then hopefully donate or sponsor, because Chuck and Josh have given our seal of approval on co-ed many, many times.
That's right. And if you actually want to pick out a student to sponsor, which you can do, these are real people, everyone. Go to cooperativeforeducation.org/sponsor-students.
Yep. And that's it. If you want to get in touch with us in the meantime to let us know how you helped out co-ed, again, that's cooperativeforeducation.org/sponsor-students. You can send us an email to stuffpodcast@iheartradio.com.
Stuff You Should Know is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.
Every parent should know the car ride soundtrack. Are we there yet? How much longer? I'm bored. Well, if you're taking an extensive car ride anywhere and you've downloaded the Lingo Kids app prior to leaving the house, you may experience something strange, right, Chuck?
That's right. You may experience silence from the back seat. Your kid may go an entire car ride without asking once if they were there yet. How about that? And by chance of miracle, they may even ask if you could drive longer.
Yeah, that's the magic in Lingo Kids. Over 4,000 interactive games, songs, and shows, including their favorite Disney characters. It turns the longest drives into the easiest ones, and honestly, you won't understand why you didn't download it sooner.
That's right. Lingo Kids is the #1 entertainment platform for young kids, and it's free to download. Or go plus with the Lingo Kids subscription and unlock even more content your kids won't be able to get enough of. You can save up to 60% on the yearly plan. Just search Lingo Kids in the App Store or Google Play. Lingo Kids, everything kids love. You know, you could be adored by everyone and still completely ignored by your cat. Trust me, I know. But if you feed your cat Sheba, you can go from being ignored to truly adored in 12 days, guaranteed, or your money back. Sheba has a full menu of products, appetizers, entrees, treats, even a kitten's menu. It's so cute. So Sheba has a product for even the pickiest eater. Like Sheba Puree, it's made with bone broth. They are chef-inspired flavors. It's got a smooth and creamy texture that cats love and contains no corn, wheat, soy, or artificial flavors. It's food that your cat's gonna love. To learn more, check out Sheba.com. That's SHEBA.com.
Introducing the all-new Mazda CX-5, featuring more connection.
Hey Google, where's the nearest Pilates class?
Safety that has your back. More discovery on the scenic routes. More passion in the details. And more control in changing weather. The all-new Mazda CX-5. More to move every side of you. See it in 5 films at mazdausa.com/5sides.
Google is a trademark of Google LLC. Sequences shortened and simulated.
The next time you end up with something on your shirt, don't turn to your usual detergent. Check out Tide Evo. Tide Evo represents over 10 years of innovation in product development. It's a revolutionary 100% concentrated waterless laundry tile made of compressed microfiber soap layers rather than liquid or powder. It's not pods and it's not sheets. It uses 6 layers of detergent fibers to deliver superior cold water cleaning without plastic packaging. It's mess-free, lightweight, and dissolves quickly. Try new Tide Evo. Real laundry magic.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.